Welcome to the Headley Highlight Show's Headley Headspace. And this headspace is called The Online Harms Bill. Are You Serious? When Channel 4 aired the programme with Bonnie Blue. So this particular headspace is really literally a really quick one. And before I jump in, I keep saying with everything that I'm doing, I've already reached 1,800 subscribers and I'm so happy about that. So thank you to everyone who's been listening to my content and sharing, liking, and also participating in being part of the community and jumping onto the YouTube. So this question about online harm I discussed it with you last week, and then I heard this week, and I haven't watched it. I'm not pretending to have watched it. And this is going to be a really quick headspace. I heard that there is a porn artist called Bonnie Blue, and Channel 4 streamed a series of episodes, interviews, content on their free streaming service, which is available on Freeview, about the fact that she was engaging in having sexual intercourse with, I think, in the region of 14 or 1,500 men over the course of 12 hours. And this passed the regulatory approval for Freeview television that could be streamed by young people on Channel 4's streaming service. So where was Ofcom in this? And how come this is something that's being streamed on a streaming service, but yet in order for you to use Discord or to potentially go onto other, websites which are not primarily interested in sharing adult content, you need to put in your ID, you need to have your face scanned, but yet Channel 4 is streaming this. I mean, Channel 4 is one of the 5 big TV production companies that we see in the whole of the UK, along with the BBC, ITV, and Channel 5. So why, and BBC 2, so why then are you streaming that? And why is that something that should be streamed on a service when we're talking about online harm? That's why I know these people are not serious. How can you have an online harms bill and Channel 4 is streaming that? Ofcom says it's okay and it goes out on a Freeview streaming service, but yet we're in this space with online harm. We can't even watch RT without a VPN, but yet this is being aired on TV. Where is the thinking? I'm sorry, but I find this, I'm not moralizing about what work she's doing, whether the question is around choice. I am simply pointing out that there is a hypocrisy in the situation in relation to protecting children. Because if you're going to protect children, why would you normalize something like that by putting it on a mainstream provider of content to all people and put it on a streaming service? It just doesn't make sense to me. And that's what I said last week in the Headspace. What's the point of having an online harm or a safety bill when in fact you don't address the key industry, which is the porn industry? And the number of people who utilize it and the monetization of that kind of depiction of relationships, or not relationships, contacts. So therefore, that's my issue. Why don't you address that? But you don't address that. Instead, you make it a condition for people who want to potentially use Discord to have to put in their passports or their national insurance number. That's why I know this thing is not about child protection, which is an important issue, but it's not about that. Otherwise, this government would act differently. And if it was acting differently, that wouldn't be on a streaming service. You'd be going to the porn sites, OnlyFans. I know the person's been banned off OnlyFans, but you'll be going to her website to access that. She wouldn't be getting, basically huge amounts of advertising because she's on a Channel 4 streaming service, which she wouldn't have got if she was actually being on the other platforms such as YouTube or the areas where people are looking for that content and where people work in that space. So that's my 2 pence on the online harm bill and the Channel 4 streaming of Bonnie Blue's experiences with a number of different other people. What's your thoughts? I'm not, just be clear. I'm not talking here about choice or defending choice. I'm talking about the question of harm and whether or not a terrestrial TV service, which is accessed by significant millions of people in the UK, should be having that content on their platform, especially in a week when we had the online harms bill causing a huge amount of disruption to people just trying to access regular websites. And as I said before, it's about censorship, and that's my 2 pence. So what do you think? You know, did you watch the episodes? I haven't watched it, and I have no intention of watching it. Not because I'm a prude, but I'm just not interested in that. You know, if I want to watch that, then I'll go to the appropriate places where I can find it. I don't need to go to Channel 4. Okay, Channel 4? Thank you. Anyway, give me your thoughts, your 2 pence, your 3 cities, or your declining dollar price. Do not forget to make a donation, and I do hope you enjoyed my contribution this week. And cut!